Hey everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Room, where we talk all things comics and movies. This is episode number 27, where we'll be discussing the best and the worst movie sequels. Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, Tim.
I'm Troy.
I'd say this right off the top here, because I've forgotten it for like the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We're now on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's right. Check us out.
Yeah, give us a like. We post the episodes there. A little bit of commentary. I think we're going to try to get a bit better about throwing stuff up there.
For sure.
But we are on Facebook. And we're also on Google Play and Stitcher.
Stitcher, cool. All right.
Yeah,
nice.
So if, iTunes or Podbean really isn't your platform of audio listening choice, you can jump over to Google Play or whatever. And it's all the same RSS feed, so it all comes back to Podbean and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, it's out there for you guys if you prefer on Android. If you don't want to use the Pocket Cast app or whatever you're using, you can go over there and check that out.
Sweet. Yeah, that's cool.
And, I feel like we've been starting a lot of episodes lately by, talking about the death of an actor or a significant figure. And this week, Anton Yelchin, best known for his portrayal of Chekhov in Star Trek.
Rebooted
Star Trek.
That's right. And Alpha Dogs, that's when I first was introduced to him.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite roles of his. That movie's great.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Yeah,
and he's also in Terminator Salvation.
That's
Kyle
right.
Reese.
Right,
in that kind of weird universe with Christian Bale.
That was different, wasn't it? But very, very unfortunate news and way too young.
It's sad to see an up-and-coming actor, someone that had some real grit behind him, some real acting chops.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate,
It really is, and I'm sure he had a lot on his plate coming up next. I think he's going to do the Green Room next.
Yeah.
That's his next thing, so...
So be careful, Just make sure you're always kind of looking around and be safe out there, guys.
No kidding, right? Yeah.
It can happen in an instant. Yeah. This is just a freak accident, and it can happen to anyone, right?
Absolutely.
And, movie stars are not immune to accidents, so...
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. So my condolences.
Yeah. I don't know, again, how we...
There is no better way to really transition from something like that, right? But here we talk about movies, comics, and that's what we're going to continue to do, I guess, for the day, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. How's Father's Day?
Father's Day was good. Yeah. I can't complain. It's relaxing.
Yeah.
For the most part, got some good food.
Excellent.
The only thing that was disappointing was the LeBron James won a championship.
What?
Yeah.
I was cheering for the King James. Come on.
Yeah, so that kind of took down my Father's Day. But you know what? Well deserved. Congratulations, Cleveland Cavaliers. You guys deserve it. First time in history to come back from a 1-3 deficit.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But we're not here to talk about Cleveland. We're not here to talk about basketball. We're here to talk about...
Comics and movies.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking of movies, I went and saw Central Intelligence. I did not watch the game. I caught the highlights. My buddy was texting me all the way through. Oh my God. So I went and saw Central Intelligence. Great movie.
Awesome.
The Rock and Kevin Hart hit it out of the park. Sweet. It's not super in-depth or anything like that.
Yeah.
Great movie. But it is hilarious.
Nice.
And they play off each other well. The Rock, his comedic chops, he's evolved so much. And he's able to hit, the comedic beats and all that, and still play this very physical role.
That's so good.
It's fantastic stuff.
And it's cool. It's different this time, isn't it? Like Kevin Hart plays like the straight man, and Rock's kind of like the comedic act, right?
Exactly. And
cool.
Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart, right? He kind of is the same character, kind of has throughout all his movies, and he has those, again, similar comedic beats and timing and all that he has, and the yelling and all that. But The Rock he plays this on and off character, and throughout the whole movie, I never know which side he's falling on. So he does really well of kind of leading you and pulling you into his character and making you think, I don't really know, and you gotta play his characters a bit weird, but he's hilarious at the same time, and he turns it on and off really well. So it's really good. There's some cool cameos in there.
Nice.
It's one of those movies that when you watch a Will Ferrell movie, and someone they're talking about someone in the background, and then someone walks out, and it's always like Vince Vaughn or something. It was kind of like that, where it was like, I wonder who the cameo is going to be. They're talking about this guy a lot, and someone comes out. It's like, cool. Enjoyable screen presence to have some of those people on there, and
that's cool.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, good stuff. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, very enjoyable.
Awesome.
But attached to that was a new-ish Suicide Squad trailer.
Right, yeah.
I did look at the team.
Yep.
Kind of, again, leaning a bit on this more comedic side. My wife kind of turned to me, and she's someone more in tune with DC.
Right.
Is that these look like some sort of like mud monsters or like, I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm not too sure. There's some kind of demons, and I don't know if it's to play with the one character in the movie. I forgot the villain that she plays. She's kind of like the witch of some sort.
Enchantress?
Yeah, Enchantress. I don't know if it's like coming from her.
I don't know, because there's a scene where they chop a head off and it just kind of disappears.
Right.
And there's a lot more of the Joker in there, who seems to be at least like with what's been shown in this trailer, and I think people have made this leap before, he's kind of in the background doing stuff. He's not really a main villain. He just kind of has his presence in the film. So looking forward to seeing a bit more. You see a lot of his laugh, and it's more of him talking. He sounds a lot like Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, it seems like they kind of go that route. Any more Batman than what we've seen normal? Or?
Yes, okay. So, I know we talked about this before, but I didn't really notice it until I watched it on the big screen here. When Batman jumps off of that building, and he has that weird face, I thought it looked like more demonic. Like it didn't look like it was actually Batman. So it made me wonder, are we going to get, maybe outside of that scene where he's on top of the car, but are we actually going to get a Batman in this movie?
I know, right?
So,
because I still don't know what's going on with that face there, right?
No, it looked very reminiscent of the alien things or whatever they are that the squad is fighting.
Okay,
So I have no idea what that is. It really confused me because I remember I was looking at it, I was like, oh, Troy did mention that before, but I have no idea what it is.
I know,
Maybe it deserves like a pause screen or something.
Frame by frame.
So it's nice to see a new trailer there, and I am excited for this movie. I think it looks funny, and I hope that they haven't shown all the comedic scenes in it.
I hope so too. What do you think of the new poster that actually dropped too?
The IMAX one, it's great. I love the colors in that they're using. It's kind of really like, the greens and the pinks and the neon and all that. It's something different.
It is, and they're really making neon their kind of theme. Right?
Exactly. And that's almost evolved as this movie has evolved in kind of trailer form and poster form and the merchandising, the advertising. It's gotten more and more towards this neon, this kind of, I wouldn't say psychedelic, but almost like this graffiti art.
Graffiti's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very street but colorful at the same time.
So it's cool, and it's like you said, they found kind of their own little niche. And I think if this movie does well, you could really see this propelled and then really hinging on a lot of this and using this marketing, this merchandising to really brand the Suicide Squad as something like a franchise, right?
It's interesting to see because this is a movie full of villains, yet it seems like a more colorful and fun film than the Batman Superman films we've had, which have been so dark and grounded. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, it's a welcome change.
It really is.
Speaking of Superman.
Yes.
We have got our Superman for CW's Supergirl.
That's right, the TV series.
We're debating how to say this guy's name just before we started.
Exactly.
I think we landed on Tyler Hoechlin?
Hoechlin or Hoechlin?
Hoechlin, that's what we landed on.
Hoechlin. Hopefully it's Hoechlin.
So, I don't really know this guy.
Yeah.
Apparently he's in Road to Perdition, 50 Shades of Grey.
Teen Wolf,
there you go.
From the CW.
Okay, so he's a veteran. In that world of CW.
Exactly.
So he kind of looks the part. When I look at him, he had a beard in the couple of pictures I saw, which I'm assuming he's going to shave off. So he looks like he's got size, he's got kind of that jawline,
for sure.
And he kind of fits what I assume or what I think when I look at Superman, at least. So
I like the look. He kind of has a reminiscence look of the Jim Lee Superman, which I like, and obviously, like you said, I'm sure he's going to shave. I don't know how his acting chops are, but he plays the part. The only thing I'm kind of confused about is I believe in this universe, Superman's been around for quite some time, so I thought that he was going to be a little older, but at the same time, Kryptonians don't really age.
Okay.
So I guess it makes sense he'll look the way he looks, but I'm on board. I can't wait to see what we get in these 2 episodes I think he's going to be in. So,
what if he's better than Henry Cavill?
Well, see, that's the other thing, because I think he's going to be a lot different. I think he's going to be more of the fun pre-New 52 Superman.
Like kind of like a Christopher Reeves Superman?
Kind of, but more fun. I think he's going to love being Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
because this is a fine line that they have to walk, right?
Exactly.
And this is, I think, one of the issues they might have with Grant Gustin's Flash.
Yes.
Is trying to leap into the cinematic universe, is having a character that people love, and people are like, well, the TV Flash is better than this Flash.
Right.
And the movie Flash, that's all supposed to be superior, right?
Yeah.
And if it's not, what if this Superman's better? And then what if they bring in a Batman or whatever? I don't know.
Exactly.
So they're kind of walking this really weird line.
They really are, yeah. I'm hoping he's a little closer to the Smallville. That was a great rendition of Superman, but you're right. It's kind of tricky, this line they have, right?
I think they have to make it, or they at least have to contrast this, make it different.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, people are going to be always, and no matter what you do, people are going to compare them.
That's right.
Right? The portrayals. And it seems like you're throwing Superman at least into a somewhat established universe.
Yes.
So you do have that development. He does have a backstory already. It's not kind of this new Superman like we're getting with Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman, right?
Yeah.
So he's had some time to evolve a bit as a hero.
Yeah, he has experience.
And, understand his power. So I'm assuming he's going to be coming into this kind of fully powered up.
Yes.
Be able to do the heat rays properly, fly, all that kind of stuff. He's not going to be like kind of trying to figure everything out the first couple episodes. Yeah. So... And I've never watched the Supergirl or anything like that.
Are you going to check out the season, you think, now because of this?
Might.
Yeah.
And, again, not having a lot of depth in DC, Grant Gustafson, who plays Barry Allen, tweeted out today the title of episode 1 of season 3.
Awesome.
So, spoilers if you don't want to know this. Like, I'm sure if you watch the show, you would have
if you watched the season finale. Yeah.
But it's Flashpoint.
Yes, that's awesome.
So he tweeted out. So he tweeted that he had read it and he loved it, but he wasn't going to say anything more. And the executive producer tweeted at him and said, "It's okay if you tell him the title."
That's so cool.
And so they released the title, and then he tweeted out, "Season 3 is going to be lit."
I love that. It's totally fitting, and like I mentioned before, I think anybody that's been paying attention to this series, season 1, season 2, and obviously the season finale, I think you can put it together that they were going the Flashpoint route simply for the fact that he went back and saved his mom, which everybody knows that leads to the Flashpoint events. So I'm excited. This is gonna be cool.
Okay, so maybe for me, you can catch me up a bit here on Flashpoint. So he's gone back and saved his mom.
Yes.
And so does that now produce an alternate timeline?
Exactly. Yeah, okay. It has the whole butterfly effect. So in the comics, he went back, saved his mom, and then when he went back to his time, Bruce Wayne died and Thomas Wayne became Batman. I believe his mom actually kind of became the Joker. They don't really touch too much on that. Aquaman and Wonder Woman are at odds with each other. There's a huge war breaking out. Superman was captured by the United States government, so he never actually became Superman. He's kind of been there's a whole bunch of stuff that hits the fan.
That's cool.
It's really cool, and I guess Reverse Flash is behind the whole thing in the comics, and then Barry Allen goes back and fixes everything, and then that leads into the New 52. But we now have Rebirth, so that's a whole other story for another time. But
okay, that's connected a few dots for me.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about, just from a cursory perspective, is, Flashpoint and Rebirth and all this kind of stuff. And now that all kind of makes sense about the timelines being skewed and all messed up.
Yeah.
So I guess this is going to have some sort of ripple effect, I'm assuming, into Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow,
I would imagine
possibly
so.
Supergirl?
I would imagine so. They've done a pretty good job of keeping, the Arrow world and the Flash world pretty tight together. But when it comes to time jumps, they don't really touch upon that in Arrow, so I don't know how that's going to work. But doing this whole Flashpoint, maybe that's why we see Supergirl now in the same universe. Maybe that's how they're going to pull it off.
That's a good point. That's what I was thinking too, is how to get everyone into one universe.
Exactly.
Supergirl is a separate universe.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And all the other 3 are in the same universe.
Same universe, yeah. And I guess Flash did something in season 2 where he jumped to Supergirl's universe.
Yeah.
But they were in the same one, right? So season 2, they've already established an Earth 1 and Earth 2. Potentially in Earth 3. So, we'll see what happens.
And so I guess there's going to be like this 4-episode crossover event with all 4 of the TV shows. I'm assuming it's going to have and wrap up most of this Flashpoint stuff.
It would have to.
Yeah.
It would definitely have to if you're going to include all those characters. And I would imagine so.
And I read potentially Crisis on Infinite Earths at some point.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess I did watch the first episodes of Flash there. First couple. And I know just from reading and what was in there that was teased in the first couple episodes. Crisis on Infinite Earth. That guy had a newspaper or something.
Yes, exactly. The Flash has gone missing or something other like that.
Yeah, I'm loving this universe that they've created.
Yeah, it's really been good. I loved Arrow season 1, season 2. I think Stephen Amell's progressed as an actor in that world. I'm not going to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We did talk about it. Go back 2 episodes.
Exactly. But Grant Gustin came in here from Glee, and he's just stolen this universe, man. He's awesome. He's gone me to the Flash comic books. This guy, he's fantastic. I think
that's exactly what DC wants to hear.
For sure, right? I think Miller has some big shoes to fill going into the Flash movie for sure.
Definitely.
So we'll see where this goes. I'm excited though. Season 3 is going to be awesome now. Yeah. So
the next time we're going to see Flash on silver screen, the big screen, is in Justice League.
Okay.
And apparently, I'm guessing. I don't know. I haven't read the script yet. But they're having a big reveal on Tuesday.
That's right.
Which will be 2 days in the past when you're listening to this.
That's right. We've got our own flashpoints going on here.
Yeah. So what do you think it could be? Is this going to be a backstage sort of look, or is this going to be a picture of the whole squad? I guess that's the wrong word to use. The whole league.
Yeah, I don't know. I got some ideas. It could be like you said, a whole group photo of the whole team, maybe. But they kind of released that already, right? That one concept.
Yeah, I guess.
One.
Yeah, that had Superman.
That did have Superman, which.
Spoilers.
You know what would be really cool though is if it's the Green Lantern announcement. Maybe they're gonna have the Green Lantern cast as Hal Jordan or John Stewart. Yes, yeah, or maybe John Stewart. Yeah, he has it unlocked. My man. And perhaps what else was there? Maybe some new costumes. Maybe. They're going to announce, show off some new suits. I don't have my hopes up too much, to be honest.
This is a real opportunity. They're trying to still do a little bit of damage control, calm everyone down.
That's right.
It's a good opportunity. I think a group photo of everyone in their suits with whatever backdrop, I think that'd be great. Just having Aquaman standing beside Ben Affleck's Batman beside Wonder, I think it would be really cool. That would be really cool. People would be like, yes, and then going into say Comic-Con, which is coming up, and saying, we can have a little bit of footage tease here, or whatever. I don't know.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Do they, give them all what they have, or do they save more for Comic-Con? How big can it be, right?
I'm assuming, if it were me running Warner Brothers, no one would ever let me get near that, but I would release a photo of the crew all together, even if Zack Snyder wants to lay down in front and be like, this is still my fucking universe. And then at Comic-Con, say at the bottom, trailer coming July, whatever.
Sweet.
And at San Diego Comic-Con. Because you're seeing different universes, Marvel in particular, announcing that they are going to Comic-Con and they're bringing their cast. They're bringing, footage and all that. Yeah. DC's got to step up. They won the last couple of years because Marvel didn't come.
Wasn't there, exactly.
So now we're going head-to-head with some of their big properties, right?
That's true. Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe it's a villain. Maybe they're finally going to show us Darkseid.
Who knows?
It has to be something, though.
It's going to be something big. You can't just drop that and be like, oh, here's a photo of Batman.
Exactly.
We know what Batman looks like.
Exactly. Here's a fist.
Here's Aquaman again.
We're continuing the Green Lantern franchise.
I hope they show Aquaman and then Marvel lays out and be like, here's Namor.
Oh, right. Poster and everything. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So WB's been pushing around some of their movies in the last couple of days, and they pushed back the Lego movie almost a whole year to February 8th, 2019.
Wow.
And for a movie that did so well, this could be a good sign.
Yeah.
Maybe they just said, look, we can't get the movie out. We can't get the quality that we want to get out.
Yeah.
So can you give us an extra year? I'm happy with that, but I don't really know. They, the same writers are on board. They've had, I can't remember when this movie came out, 2 years ago, 2014?
I think it was 2015?
I don't
know.
Yeah.
It's a surprise, though.
Yeah, it's a breakout hit, and hopefully they just said, we're going to pump the brakes here and just... I don't know.
They might be pretty busy. I mean, Lord & Miller's doing the animated Spider-Man movie, I believe. Are they doing the Batman movie as well, the Lego Batman?
I don't know if they are or not.
Yeah.
They're doing something... Are they doing just the Spider-Man animated? I feel like they're writing something else.
Something else as well.
I can't remember.
Was it 22? Did they work on the 22 Jumpsuit? I think they did work on the 22 or 21. So maybe they're doing the Men in Black.
You guys know, let us know.
Yeah, please, let us know.
But the Lego Batman movie, like you mentioned, still comes out next May.
Right.
So we're going to get our Lego fix.
Nice.
And there's the Freemakers Adventures in Star Wars.
Yeah, looking forward to that one.
I get my Star Wars pump in there. There's no Star Wars on the docket today, so I got to get it in there. So jumping over to the MCU, we mentioned that there's a few movies that are coming to Comic-Con, and Guardians of the Galaxy is one of them.
Yes.
So they officially wrapped shooting last week. So James Gunn announced on his Instagram page or Twitter or whatever it was that they're done shooting. They wrapped Chris Pratt and all those guys, and they're coming to Comic-Con.
Yes.
The whole crew is going to be there, Chris Pratt, and they're bringing footage.
Nice.
So
I know you're losing it.
Super excited for this.
Sure.
I cannot wait. And they actually released the synopsis as well.
Yes.
Go check that out. I'm not going to read through the whole thing here. But one thing I do want to point out. So the key things here are that it'll, in the synopsis at least. So spoilers, if you don't want to know about the synopsis, it's very short. Not much in here. Not really spoiling anything. But they're going to be digging into Peter Quill's lineage, his parentage, which is one big thing. And the line at the end here says, old foes become new allies and fan favorite characters from the classic comics.
Oh boy.
will come to our hero's aid as Marvel's cinematic universe continues to expand.
Wow.
So that last sentence for me. Yeah. So old foes, probably Yondu.
Yeah.
Maybe Nebula.
So. Yeah.
Because they're both in it.
I can see that. Yeah.
But this new characters from the classic comics. So I'm assuming they're referring to the original Guardians of 3000 or whatever.
The 70s.
Yeah, and so they've made recent appearances by Dan Abnett's been writing them. So it's Guardians 3000.
Okay.
And there's Guardians of Infinity or something like that.
Okay.
On the site right now. I haven't been buying the book because it's $4.99.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think it's because it's got the Guardians of Infinite or Infinity. I can't remember. I should know that. But it's got like a backup story, so it's got like a Groot and Rocket story or something at the end. But it's basically 3 eras of Guardians. Guardians 1000 this century, so Rocket Raccoon and those guys.
Yeah.
And then the Guardians 3000.
Jeez.
And the Guardians 3000 book that was done like a year ago was fantastic.
Yeah.
And so that's got guys like Martin X, Charlie 27, Vance Astro, Mr. Major, or
Major Mister.
That's Major Victory.
Major Victory.
Major. Did I say Major Mister? Wow. Get my head straight.
That's an awesome name.
But he's the guy that carries Cap Shield in year 3000.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So he's a mutant, actually.
Oh, wow.
He's got some cool powers. And Charlie 27's they could do a lot in that universe with these kind of... you go back and read the old ones. They're really goofy characters.
Oh, yeah.
But the present-day kind of incarnations of them and the writing that they've done is great.
Nice.
And so I'd be super stoked if all of a sudden like Vance Astro shows up with like the shield.
Man.
Like,
so you say he's a mutant. Do you think Fox maybe has the rights to this guy then? Or
I don't know. That falls pretty solidly under the Guardians banner.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't think he's ever appeared. Well, he probably has actually in some sort of X-Men book, but I don't think they can lay claim to that because he does not show up very much. And he's such an obscure character. If like Vance Astro shows up in like Wolverine or something, people are like, "What the hell?
Get out of here!"
So that's super awesome. Nice. That they're coming to Comic-Con. We're gonna get some footage. Hopefully they release it. Hopefully I don't have to watch it on someone's iPhone.
I know. I hope it's so. I can't wait to see something. I got to see Drax. I need my fix. Yeah, I love that guy.
So it looks like Groot's going to be kind of tiny Groot for a good chunk of the movie.
Right, yeah, I guess so.
Because he hasn't grown to this, the big scale that he was before.
Yeah.
And I guess all of the merchandise is going to be focused around Groot as well.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, so he was like the big breakout. So the pop, there's a Groot in a pot.
That's right.
And that's like the best-selling pop in the Marvel line still. Wow. So I guess they're going to focus a lot around that. I guess James Gunn was very adamant at saying that there's going to be equal representation for the female cast as well.
Cool, that's good. Yeah.
So we're going to run into like a Scarlet Witch, Black Widow sort of thing where we don't have any of their action figures or pops or anything like that. But they've been better lately. Age of Ultron, Civil War was great.
It was.
You had like Sharon Carter, all of them, Scarlet Witch in pop form. Not so much in figure form.
No.
We are getting the Scarlet Witch legend at some point.
Sweet.
So.
Speaking of legends, I got my Black Panther. Check it out. Thursday I'll post some kind of dynamic pose. So
jealous. So jealous. Like he sends me a picture. He's like, "My man, check it out." It's just like a picture of the Black Panther.
In the cart.
I was like, please tell me they have 2. So he goes hunting around the store.
Yeah, looking everywhere.
Just like looking for those guys that hide them. Oh man, I'm so jealous. You've had some good luck with those legends.
I have, yeah. This has been a good wave for me. It's treating me nicely.
I'm getting crushed here. There's nothing up in this part of Calgary.
It's tough, The Black Series, I gotta find my Luke and Ahsoka. But speaking of the figures, do we get a Guardians line then announcement at some point for the?
Probably not until next year.
Not the next year. And then what about Doctor Strange? Like, what's going on with that?
There is a Legends wave
coming out.
We don't think we've seen pictures. There might be some like unofficial pictures that were released, but it does look like it's going to be some repacking of the last year's Comic-Con Legends exclusive from Hasbro.
Oh, okay.
Which is there's the Doc Strange. There's Dormammu. It's all the like.
Will it be a little movie form or?
Probably, I think so. The waves usually are combined like the comic and movie.
That's right.
And I think there's like a comic Doctor Strange and also a movie Doctor Strange.
Cool.
And I don't know if there's going to be Baron Mordo or whom else. And we still don't know who Mads Mikkelsen's character is. Right. I don't know how many legends they usually do for a movie like that. Like Ant-Man only got the one legend, I believe. Yeah. With no Yellow Jacket, it was just Ant-Man in an Ant-Man wave. Wow. So you had like Wasp and a few others that came with it. And it came with the Ultron Build-A-Figure. So I had to get a whole damn wave.
You had to get that one, just for Ultron, right?
But there should be the Doc Strange wave. So that'll probably come out September, October-ish, I would guess. Yeah. So probably a little later here in Canada. Yeah. If we do actually get it. And the Guardians line will come out. They'll hit hard. Oh, yeah. Because last year, they didn't really, or when it came out, 2014, they didn't really expect Guardians to do that well. So the merchandising was pretty lagged.
Yeah.
And we did get a whole line of Legends, so that was exclusive movie.
Nice.
So it was like the 5 figures plus a Build-A-Figure group. Also a Nova and a Iron Man from the Guardians run where he's in space.
Yeah, and the suit. What Nova? Was it the Kid Nova or the older?
No, it was Dick Ryder.
Dick Ryder?
Richard Ryder. What a name, right?
Yeah.
Great character, but what a name. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
So it says from like the 2007 run or whatever it was.
Sweet. That's cool.
So
nice.
it's good. Yeah. Sticking with the MCU.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah. Some cast announcements, right?
Cast announcements. Yeah. And they started filming today.
Today it's going down.
Yeah, so
in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So there's a nice kind of tag out of the Marvel crew. So there's a nice picture of James Gunn and Chris Pratt leaving the studio.
Yep.
And John Watt and Tom Holland going into the studio.
Sweet.
So
love that.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a Peter Quill cameo in Spider-Man.
Yeah, that'd be cool, right? Yeah.
Slim chance. But we're getting lots of casting news, so they're just dumping everything on us.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah, this is coming quick.
Definitely.
Because it's next year. Like, it's a year from now-ish.
Can't wait.
Like, we'll have 3 trailers by this time next year for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, it's nuts that we're getting a Spider-Man in the MCU, let alone a standalone.
Yeah.
Like, it's
right?
so cool. So some of the casting that we've got. So we did talk quite a while ago about Michael Keaton, and we kind of speculated on which villain he could be playing, if he is playing a villain. And it was confirmed, if I'm not mistaken, that he is the Vulture.
He's the Vulture. Yeah, it's going down.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love that. It's the perfect age. I like that they're not, making Vulture a younger character. They're keeping him like that senior, older man. So I really like the casting. He's a great actor, this guy, and he's has some experiences with playing birds before. Right? So
did win an Oscar, didn't he?
He won an Oscar, or he's nominated at least for that one. So. So that's cool. And then we also got 2 other cast members now being announced.
Logan Marshall Green,
right?
So he's in Prometheus.
Prometheus, that's right.
He got this really recognizable face, but I don't remember which character he played in Prometheus.
Yeah, he basically looks like he's Tom Hardy's brother. He looks just like Tom Hardy. This guy,
true,
right? He looks just like Tom Hardy. But I do remember him in Prometheus. Spoiler alerts, he didn't make it out alive. Yeah. But I'm excited for him. I was kind of hoping maybe he's going to play Mysterio, which would be really cool.
Mysterio.
I know fans have been asking for Mysterio for a long time in the movies. And the only thing is, though, if you have Mysterio and Vulture, that's a little taste of Amazing Spider-Man 2 going on there. Right?
So could he be someone like, say, a Norman Osborn or a Doc Ock, where they're seeding a character? So they have to rapidly expand this Spider-Man universe, but not make the same mistakes that they did with the others.
Right.
So with Spider-Man 3 or the Amazing Spider-Man 2,
right,
they overfill the screen with villains.
Exactly.
They have to give someone to kind of go opposite Robert Downey Jr. as well.
That's right.
I feel like a Norman Osborn would fit so well in this scenario.
Yeah.
Not have him as the villain until like the 3rd installment or something. But just have him there and have him go toe-to-toe with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
And have... I don't know this guy, if he can hold his own against Downey or not.
I don't know. If they do go the Norman Osborn route, I want someone a bit older.
Yeah, I agree.
And like you said, have him just kind of in the background. Like right now in the Spidey comics, they have that going on right now where he's like just kind of watching, keeping tabs of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I totally love for them to do that. I just don't know who they're going to use. I don't think it'll be this guy. But I think they're definitely going to go that route.
Even if it's end credit scene, they need something there because Amazing Spider-Man really messed up Norman Osborn.
Oh, he's brutal.
And the Raimi trilogy was so focused around the Osborns in general, right?
You couldn't get away from it. And Amazing Spider-Man 2, that franchise or that rebooted series had something going on where they kind of, the first one hinted at Norman being there. You're like, hey, this is cool. And then in part 2, it was a cool cast. I think his name was Cooper.
Yeah.
He could have played the part well, but then they killed the guy off in like 2 seconds, right?
Cut his head off. In a glass or something.
Right? That's weird, right? Some Futurama stuff going on there. So so that's a waste of talent. But I really hope that, they keep him, kind of make him the big bad of the Spider-Man universe and build him up, like you said, 3 films and then have him. And
he's someone that could reach well into the MCU and have this like knock-on effect of different things and show up elsewhere and have the Oscorp Tower. And you just need to have those little things to connect it up a bit, right? To solidify that Spider-Man is part of this universe.
Exactly.
And Norman Osborn is a way to do that.
Definitely. He's
huge. If Marvel can leverage some of the villains and kind of pull them in and make them part of the greater cinematic universe instead of having like this isolated pocket of Spider-Man villains. And I think it'd be great. I'm just so pumped at what they could do with all this stuff.
So much potential there. Yeah, absolutely.
You mentioned the comics.
Yes.
So it was also announced that this Dead No More thing that we've been speculating, wondering about what's going on, who are they bringing back? They're bringing back the Clone Saga?
They might be. They've been hinting towards every 2 or 3 issues, they've been going back to this figure, this man in red. They haven't showed his face. Well, recently they have. That's been kind of recruiting people, being like, come with me, I can bring back your wife, I can do this, I can do this. And they kind of showed his face eventually. It has like this pharaoh mask going on, but you told me that it's announced it's the Jackal.
Yeah, sorry if I spoiled that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, I think you could probably put it together anyways.
Yeah, that was a big announcement. Yeah. And so it's, I guess, this clone conspircy, and they're talking about the Jackal, and he's recruited, I guess, Electro,
Rhinos back there, and then he's sitting beside Gwen. Gwen Stacy's with him as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, is this like Spider-Gwen?
No, this looks like the original 616 Gwen, but probably a clone. Yeah. I doubt it's like the real Gwen, but it's meant to be the real Gwen.
Did you ever read the Clone Saga? Because
I did.
Did you like it? Because from what I've heard, people do not like it.
People hate it. You know what? It was back in the day. It was Marvel's answer to the death of Superman. So they were kicking their ass, and they tried doing the Clone Saga, and it turned out to be a mess. You know what? It's a crazy story. It is kind of bad. It's kind of crappy. But you know what? It created Ben Reilly, who's one of my favorite Spider-Men. Yeah. So and Kane. Kane's a really cool Spider-Man as well. But it was a little bit of a messy story. So, and you know what? They tried going back again and again, recreating this story. I kind of wish they'd just leave it alone. You know, I think we've had a fair share of clones.
Yeah, and they're revisiting a lot of things, but at the same time, with Civil War 2, they're doing a fantastic job. We had issue number 2 drop last week. What did you think?
Loved it.
Yeah.
I love, I think it's David Marquez.
Yeah.
I love this guy's art. And I've always been a fanboy of Brian Michael Bendis. This guy does right. He's a brilliant writer.
A lot of people have a hate on for him.
I don't know where it comes from.
His stuff is great. His Avengers stuff is great.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man's been
Guardian
great.
Stuff he's done is good.
Yes, yeah, right. Yeah, so this guy's awesome. David Marquez is great. I love what they're doing with Iron Man. This story, it's hilarious. It's serious. There's so much going on, and you don't want to miss a text going on at all, right? You want to read everything. You want to absorb this whole comic. I love it.
I 100% agree, and it's exactly that. Like I've gone back and reread pages and being like, okay, I want to make sure I'm understanding each and every bit, because there's so much happens in a book. So Marvel has a tendency at times to have these drawn out events, and you're kind of like, oh, just get to the point. And I know we've discussed this before, but this is like boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Every issue, something's happening. At the end of this issue, we're going to say spoilers here. If you haven't read it, Civil War issue number 2, but Banner comes into the mix.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what's going on with Hulk. I'm not reading Indestructible or what is it?
Awesome.
Totally Awesome Hulk.
Yeah.
And because I thought there was, what's his name? Chow.
Amadeus Chow.
Amadeus Chow. I thought he was Hulk.
The Hulk.
Maybe there's 2 Hulks now?
There must be. I read an issue of Old Man Logan the other day, and I just said his name. Anyways, Chow Hulk, Totally Awesome Hulk, was fighting Banner, or fighting Wolverine. So anyways, I don't know where Banner's been, but it seems like he's back in the mix now. Yeah.
And because when they teased this event, they were talking about the idea that there was going to be a particular character that Captain Marvel's side was going to go after and basically either try to lock up or kill or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And this seems to be like the character, and especially with Tony and Banner's relationship, they've kind of pulled a bit from the movies and, evolved their relationship in the comic books.
Yeah.
But it looks like this is going to be one of the pivotal characters in the storyline.
Yeah.
And Tony is also responsible for firing the Hulk off into space. So he's not in unfamiliar territory when it comes to arresting and trying to solve the Hulk problem. So I don't know. Really exciting stuff. And there's a choose your side comic that comes out this week.
Sweet.
So we're looking forward to that. So again, there's all kinds of stuff coming out. I'm not really picking up some of the other stuff because there's a lot of it. And unless it's focusing in on characters that I really like, I'm not going to really pick it up. I'll probably maybe get dragged into a few of them if they turn out to be pivotal or really good.
Right.
If you say Spider-Man's really good and worth reading, I'll probably
cool.
do that.
Yeah, Spider-Man's pretty cool. It's definitely something you don't need, but it's a pretty neat issue. You got to see Spider-Man and the Inhuman. I can't even pronounce his name. Is it Ulysses?
Ulysses.
Yeah, okay. So you get to see those two kind of team up, which is pretty neat. But what I really like is that you get the Hulk in the mix of the Civil War. The big thing with the Civil War, the original one, is no Thor, no Hulk. Well, not necessarily real Thor. Now we get to see the Hulk in the mix, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad they put him in there.
Yeah, it's great.
Definitely.
Good stuff. Comics.
Comics are just incredible right now, man. Like I'm loving Everything I'm picking up right now. DC and Marvel across the board,
And so I know we've been teasing it for a little while, so we're officially going to do our DC Rebirth, at least review number 1 of all the June stuff.
Yes.
In 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
So next week's going to be Independence Day. The following week, we're going to review all of the June releases. So that's the Rebirth issue number 1s for Wonder Woman, Aquaman, all those guys. And then the issue number 1s.
That take place right after the Rebirth.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be going through, there's got to be about 20 books.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot. But it's good. This gives everybody enough time out there to like digest everything. There's a lot coming at them. I think they're releasing issues now every 2 weeks. So you're going to get a Batman every 2 weeks and a Superman every 2 weeks.
Which is a lot.
It is a lot.
So we're going to try to keep it fairly high level. It's probably going to be me asking a lot of questions.
Cool.
And Sanjay will be back for that episode.
Yes, our DC
I'm committing
guru.
you right now.
Calling you out.
So looking forward to that one.
Absolutely.
As well as Independence Day.
Yeah.
So.
Have you stayed away from the critic responses and everything like that so far? Nice.
So don't tell me.
No, I know.
I've
stayed out of it.
They're probably going to pan it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've stayed away from some of the trailers. I've seen some of the characters that are in there that are coming back. And I'm like, yes, this is what I want.
Definitely.
And I'm just going to go into it and attempt. And I know with Ninja Turtles, I said, I don't think I'm capable of doing this anymore. But I'm going to attempt to go in and just enjoy this movie for what it is.
Sweet.
So hopefully we'll see next week. All right. So I checked out Central Intelligence this weekend.
Yes.
And playing in every single other theater was Finding Dory.
Oh, a lot of fishes, right?
They're everywhere. And apparently everyone went to see this.
Apparently.
$136 million opening weekend.
Fantastic, right?
Disney, another point. These guys are killing it. So that's the biggest animated opening of all time.
Jeez.
Almost doubling what Finding Nemo did. Finding Nemo did $70 million its opening weekend in 2003. And this nearly doubled it. Something like 94%.
Wow.
And so it broke the record for the largest single day animated feature, and it kind of it's up in the range of Toy Story 2 now, and it's massive.
That's incredible. I thought it was going to do well, especially with Ellen behind this movie. I thought it's for sure going to do well, but 136 million. That's just incredible.
And especially for having a hiatus of so long.
Yeah.
This is a completely different generation. Yes, it is a Pixar movie, so you're going to have a built-in audience no matter what.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to do that type of money in a year where we're seeing sequels just getting hammered.
Right.
Number 2s are not doing very well.
No, not at all. Definitely not. And here comes this guy.
Yeah. Not really out of nowhere, but it's one of these movies, like you said, you look at it, they'll probably do 90 to 100 million. Its predecessor did 70. You get a bit of a bump from that.
Yeah.
And then boom, like this thing's going to have legs too.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to run in probably through into July.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of movies kind of rolling out right now, but you're looking at very different crowds between this and Independence Day.
Yeah.
And even the crowd that goes and sees Central Intelligence, different crowd, which also did well for the type of movie it is.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that. And, we're going to discuss here sequels.
Yeah.
Particularly the second entry into a franchise, or at least, maybe not a franchise, but at least into a movie title.
That's right. Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about some of the best and some of the most disappointing.
Yeah, it's going down.
Yeah. This year in particular, we've had Neighbors 2, TMNT 2, Now You See Me 2, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Zoolander 2, Divergence. I think that's a number 2.
Yeah, I think it is.
London Has Fallen.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of success being found with second entries into a movie franchise. And that's interesting because with this Finding Dory sequel, like, again, it has this built-in Pixar audience, but it does incredible.
Yeah.
And you have to wonder what allows a sequel to do better than its predecessor, or at least top or equal its predecessor, I should say.
That's right.
And that's something maybe we can explore here a bit with some of these movies that we're going to rattle off here. And again, these are opinions.
Yeah.
This isn't facts. Probably won't agree with all these.
Yeah,
I have some on here that are like, I don't know if people are actually going to agree with this or not. But what do you think the factors are that make a sequel better than its predecessor? What's something that has to go into a movie that you'll actually go out and see and kind of chase a movie and be like, yes, this is a better movie than what I saw before. This is building on the characters, but in a better way.
Yeah, I think they have to give us something new. Nobody likes something that's been rehashed, right? I think that's Hangover. I think that's something that they failed over and over again, right?
And comedies really fall victim to this quite a bit, is that they go back and recreate the same movie again.
That's right.
And, you're going in, Hangover hit on something different.
Yeah.
And you're looking at movies like Deadpool, hit on something different. And that's what people like. This is something that's original, but going back and recreating the same thing, the same jokes. Again, Anchorman 2 was something that people were dying to see.
Yeah, right?
Even Zoolander 2.
Yeah.
These comedies, and they just fall flat because it's the same jokes.
Yeah.
It's the same actors 10 years later trying to capture something that was special for audiences the first go-around.
Yep.
And it's just the same thing kind of dumped out there.
Exactly.
So I think you're right. It's capturing what was original about the first film in the franchise, but then again, building on that and expanding even a universe or the character. And I think with comic book movies in particular, it seems that if you're moving from kind of an origin story and then focusing on the villain in the second one, and then but at the same time expanding kind of your protagonist kind of role and the universe itself. And that seems to have worked for some of the comic book movies as well. Oh
yeah, Captain America.
Batman.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let's start with the best. We'll start with the positive.
Cool.
Some of the better sequels that we've seen in our day, at least, and I'm pulling from a few different areas here, but a lot of these are more modern sequels for me. Cool. With the exception of the ones from the 80s and that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, what is some of your best? You don't have to go in any particular order. We're just kind of chuck them out there.
Cool. So this is one of my all-time. I love this. I go back to it every year. Bill and Ted 2, Bogus Journey, 1991. I loved this movie. This was, for a comedy, it was funnier than the last one, and they went somewhere completely different. Yeah. So yeah, this is awesome. It's a totally, turn your brain off and just cheese right out. So that movie was pretty cool. And I got Terminator 2.
Yes.
Terminator 2 was awesome. 91 as well. Both the same year, those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one took a huge leap forward. What James Cameron was able to do with the computer graphics.
Whoa, right?
And with the what is it, the T-1000?
T-1000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go back and watch the original, like the graphics are all right.
Yeah.
And the prosthetics that they put on and that kind of when he gets his face half blown off.
Right.
It's hard to watch now.
Yeah.
But that Terminator 2 holds up.
It was awesome. And like we mentioned, they changed the stakes, right? Like in the first one is almost like a horror movie in some ways, right? But in this one, they went somewhere else. Is very action-oriented. But it was a great movie. And it's so sci-fi, too, right?
And the twist they put on it with Schwarzenegger, right?
Yes.
The first one, he's the villain. Right. And this one, he's there to protect.
I love it. Yeah.
And that's so cool. And you don't really know that. I guess the trailers at the time, like I was too young to see the trailers or whatever, I guess it did spoil that aspect of it.
Right.
But it's not really until you're well into the film that you actually realize that the Terminator is on, Sarah Connor's side.
Right.
John Connor's side. Like, it's really cool they did.
Great.
But again, that's going back and taking something that was very different and then twisting it. Using those same characters, evolving the storyline, but doing something completely different, and at the same time throwing in this incredible CG. Like, I swear, go back and rewatch that. Right. It still holds up.
It does. It's fantastic, right?
There's been movies that came out in the last 2 years that the CG does not look as good as this.
Right. Yeah.
And it's incredible to me. Like, I just don't know how they're able to create that. And they really haven't recaptured the essence of the Terminator franchise again, really, right?
No,
they kind of left it, and then they came back with Terminator 3, which was and then Salvation.
Good. Yeah, with Christian Bale, right?
Yeah. And then they had this more Genesis or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they haven't been able to recapture that, but it's a lot of rehashing the same thing.
Yeah.
They haven't taken that story and spun it again.
Exactly. And
I don't know what you could do. They've gone way into the future. They've tried the time travel again and tried to recapture the first one with Terminator Genesis.
That's right.
So again, it's one of these things. Maybe they just got to lie.
Yeah, it's tough. They actually had a really hit TV series. That's the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
What about X2?
X2 is awesome.
Yes.
X2 is great. Nice. Yeah, X2. I love what they did with X2. Nightcrawler.
Unreal.
Oh my! The White House scene, right, with this guy.
That changed what I viewed as kind of the X-Men. I never read the comics or anything like that, and we've reviewed lots of X-Men stuff. Go back and check it out a few episodes ago. We do talk about this Nightcrawler scene, but again, this is one of the best sequels.
So good.
Not even for a comic book movie, in movies in general.
Right.
And what they're able to do, again, building on these characters, they're bringing in something new with Nightcrawler, new mutants, and the X-Men franchise does have the ability to bring in new characters all of the time. But as we've seen in subsequent movies, that always doesn't work. It's about bringing the right characters in at the right time, and they're dynamic. And again, it's the story. Doing something different with William Stryker. It wasn't it was a little bit of Magneto, but it was something different. And you got Lady Deathstrike, and you've got the whole Weapon X program in there. You're building a lot on that.
Yeah, Mystique was awesome in that one. That's probably the last time I actually liked enjoyed Mystique.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's, again, looking at these sequels and saying, what have they done different to make these superior? And then you go to the third installment of some of these and you're kind of like, ooh. And the X-Men hit the nail on the head a bit with the kind of in X-Men Apocalypse when they kind of bluntly said, the third one isn't usually the best one or whatever.
Yeah.
They're coming out of Return of the Jedi. What do you got up there?
Batman, Dark Knight.
Yes.
2008. What this movie did, right?
Is this the best sequel of all time?
It's probably up there with Godfather 2.
Yeah.
This movie was fantastic. What they did with the Joker, this was crazy. It was such a good movie. You could have taken Batman out and you could have taken Joker out of there and still been blown away, because this basically was like a detective thriller, chasing the psychopath down in the city. And it just so happened to be Batman taking down the Joker, right? It's smart. The direction was great. I love what Christopher Nolan did with this movie. Jeez.
Everything, the score is fantastic.
Score is awesome.
So intense.
Yeah.
And Batman, he does take a back seat here.
He does, yeah.
To Joker.
Yeah.
Where I felt like in Batman Begins, he was kind of pushed to the forefront. The Scarecrow was there, but he wasn't as prominent of a villain. But Heath Ledger in particular.
Right.
And it's, what would they have done with that character outside of this movie?
Right.
We'll never know. And unfortunately, Heath Ledger had to die in that, or didn't have to die, but did die.
Did die, yeah.
But what this did for the comic book genre, it showed that these can be serious movies.
Right.
These can be excellent movies, and we had predecessors there like X2 and that were really well done.
Yeah.
But this was the reason that they went to 10 nominations in the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
Because this movie didn't get nominated.
Right.
And this showed that yes, they are comic books. They're adapting these, and this isn't a silly genre. This isn't we're going to dress up in leather suits and you have superpowers and all this kind of stuff. I credit this a lot with what's happened with Captain America.
Oh, for sure. And Daredevil, the Netflix series,
exactly.
Right? Oh, yeah.
They showed that you could have true gritty storylines. Yeah. The whole universe doesn't need to be like that.
Yeah.
But it shows that you can do something serious. And again, it's this concept of, it wasn't just a comic book movie. Yeah. It was like you said, like a thriller.
Yeah.
It was a police thriller or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But it was a comic book movie at the same time.
For sure.
And Captain America's really picked up on that with using kind of these political spy thrillers, but it's also a comic book movie.
Right.
And so it's using different genres and melding them together within kind of your gross comic book movie that's really pivoted and pushed these out as movies that people can accept as being, fantastic action and smart. All it's really great. And this movie I think did it.
Oh yeah, just phenomenal. I think the score was Hans Zimmer. I think
Hans Zimmer
doing a lot of the WB stuff. Yeah, just fantastic, man. I love this one.
And Harvey Dent,
Aaron
Eckhart's portrayal,
what they did with them.
I thought it was great, and I was really upset that he didn't show back up. But it was probably the right thing for the character, the right choice to have him die.
Yeah.
Even though he's only Two-Face for 10, 20 minutes, whatever it was, and he was one of my favorite characters in the cartoon series.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah.
But it was, I think, a good way, and they ended it. It was kind of like, Batman's just out there.
Yeah.
And they could have went anywhere with the franchise. It was an appropriate ending. Very Empire Strikes Back ending.
Yeah, exactly, right? And that decision, Batman save his girl or save Harvey Dent, and, what he plans on doing doesn't actually work out to what he wanted to do. And
the way that plan came together on film, the first time I saw it, and the whole time you're thinking, he's going to save, what's her name, Rose Dawson?
Gyllenhaal's sister. Can't remember. Maggie
Gyllenhaal. I can't remember her name.
I can't remember.
I should know that. It's one of my favorite movies. It doesn't matter. Kind of matters, but doesn't. But you're going through that. It's so intense.
Yes.
And I love the scene where you have Commissioner Gordon in there, and they're driving to save Harvey Dent. Mount the car, and he's up, and it's just like this chaotic night, and you just get the vibe from the whole thing, like right from the start, that there's just so much chaos going in all at once. The hospital blowing up.
Yeah,
man, that is.
Oh, it's just man. It's the boat scene, everything in that movie. The bike. I think everybody lost their mind when that bike came out.
It just shot out.
Yeah.
This, I'd have to say, is probably one of the pinnacles of sequels.
Definitely.
This is, the perfect example of how to build on a previous movie that wasn't as well received.
Right.
And it was an origin story, and changing it and evolving the characters and putting out something that, again, and this is maybe where The Dark Knight Rises suffered, was that it could not stand up to this.
It really couldn't.
And that's sometimes where these franchises fall flat, is that the second movie is so good that the third just can't meet that expectation.
Yeah, completely agree.
So
yeah.
One franchise that did fall to that was the Raimi Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. Awesome choice.
Something else.
Yes.
Something else. It was, leveraging on stronger villains.
Yeah.
And also a very, very strong Peter Parker.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think his portrayal in here was really well done.
Yeah.
We had to really evolve the computer graphics again.
Oh, with the web swinging and the fight scenes on the walls.
So good. That train scene.
Love it.
And then when they carry him and he says,
yeah. It was great. And this showed that superhero movies can make some money.
Exactly.
This set the bar high in the box office.
Yeah. And that was even something, like I watched Entourage, and they make reference to that as that was one of the first movies to go over 100 million, I believe.
Yeah.
And people thought nothing's ever going to touch this. And now we've had like 5 movies already this year that have done that, right?
It's phenomenal. Yeah.
And again, it's a sequel that, that's a really good point. It showed that not only can these be good, but they can make serious money.
Exactly.
And that started people thinking, again, we can build franchises. We can build universes around this.
Yeah.
So a lot of these sequels, I'm going to give credit to building the foundation for what we're getting now in the MCU and the DC Cinematic Universe.
Definitely, yeah. Have to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah, Spider-Man 2, Dark Knight, those were incredible. Going away from the superheroes, I have Back to the Future. Back to the Future 2.
I love it. Right here, man.
Right there too. Awesome. 1990.
I love that movie.
Oh, it's incredible. I think seeing that movie, everybody wants to go out there and get a hoverboard.
Yes. I still am waiting for it. Sometimes they put all those commercials, they're like, hey, we've actually invented the hoverboard. And then Doc Brown shows up, you're like, oh, this is not real.
I love it. He had the jacket going on, the hoverboard,
the shoes.
Yeah, the shoes. Those Nikes, I still want those right now. Those things are incredible. It was such a cool movie. He goes to the future. He comes back to 1955 again to fix up what's going on. And I love this movie, man. Yeah, it's incredible.
This one hits quite close to home for me because my dad and I are both big Back to the Future fans.
Nice.
These are movies that I watched as a kid with them, and even still when we go home, we'll pop on. He's a big fan of Back to the Future 3. I'm a big fan of Back to the Future 2.
Nice.
And sometimes, usually when we go home, it's like Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. They've always got a Back to the Future marathon on. We'll kind of park in front of the couch and have a few beers and watch Back to the Future. But Back to the Future's always been my favorite.
For sure.
And the first one is fantastic. I love the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I love this one better.
Yeah.
But this one, again, it builds on something that's there. And a lot of people don't have the same feeling. They find that this one is the weakest of the 3.
Wow. Yeah.
And I don't particularly kind of fall into that.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, it plays with the time stream concept.
Yeah.
And they go forward into the future, which I always thought was awesome. Like as a kid.
I love it.
It's like, and they've gone, that's past, the date's past, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Like 2015, I think it was October 2015.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
And like the Jaws coming out and the 3D and how close. It was really cool because the Cubs in 2015 were they made it to the conference finals or whatever, and that was the team that they predicted in Back to the Future to win.
No
how
way.
crazy would that have been? Yeah.
And it's cool because part 1 was one of like the first kind of cliffhangers to lead right into part 2, something that we see all the time in these movies now, right? So it was great. I liked what they did with that movie.
And they go to Biff Tannen world or whatever it is, and that alternate timeline thing that J.J. Abrams kind of borrowed from. I don't know. Like, I'm not really into the concept of time travel and that, but I always liked what they did there. How they had to go back to 1955 again because I'm a huge fan of 1950s period pieces as well. And so I really love the first one for that aspect of it. But the fact that the second one goes in the future and then into an alternate future. Our ultimate past, and then way back to another. I think it's just great, and what they do with the characters, and it's just great. We should call this episode "Us Gushing About Movies We Love."
Yeah, movie crushes.
Got a question here. So I've got one on here that I don't really know if it's a sequel or not.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see what it is.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Ooh. So it is the 3rd movie in a franchise, but chronologically, it's number 2.
That's right, because the one that came out, number 2, was like a year before.
Yeah, it was a prequel.
Right.
And so does this fall into the category of direct sequel? So it's not exactly the movie that comes right after, but chronologically, it falls in line.
Yeah. I'll go with the sequel. I'll say it's a sequel.
I agree.
Because I guess you'd have to say part 2 is the prequel, right?
Exactly.
So, it's
and that's what that would be like saying, I'm sure we're going to talk about Empire Strikes
Back. Oh, yeah. That's coming.
But is that actually, the 5th movie in the franchise or what? So, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But Last Crusade is one of my favorite movies.
For sure.
Love Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep.
But what they did in Last Crusade, I love I know it's probably not the greatest scene to love, but I really love when Indiana Jones goes up and Hitler signs his book. Like, I just find that like a really surreal moment.
Yeah.
Like the Nazis are chasing him. They're putting books in the background. They're in kind of right in Germany.
Yeah.
And Hitler signs his book. Like, I just thought that was a really weird and surreal moment. And I've always been like, And Sean Connery's great in it.
Because that's his dad in that one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's cool.
And I always liked Indiana Jones fighting Nazis.
That's where he needs to be.
Yeah, I like him punching the shit out of Nazis.
Yep.
Not a big fan of Nazis.
No, definitely not. That's why I really think with the next one coming out, I hope it's, again, Harrison Ford passing the torch to another one. I hope it's like, we get to see Harrison Ford as an old Indy, but he was maybe telling us a story back in the day when he was fighting Nazis.
That'd be great. And Chris Pratt or Bradley Cooper.
Someone.
I think they need to do that because they need to reground it and recapture what's in. Because, like you said, the best part of that is when he's kind of fighting the Nazis. He's in the war because this all happens pre-war.
Yeah,
and I think it got away from Spielberg in the sense for the fourth one,
the aliens.
Yeah, he didn't want Indiana Jones fighting Nazis again.
Yeah,
because it was after that he did Schindler's List. Which is a very, very intense movie about the Holocaust and all that.
Yeah.
And he did not want to have Nazis on the screen anymore. He wanted to do something different. And it was appropriate for the timeline of that. I know we're kind of getting sideways here into something different. But Indiana Jones Last Crusade, we're going to call it a sequel.
I'm going with a part 2, man. Yeah, for sure.
So that's one of my favorites in there.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I think we both got this one on ours, for sure. Spidey references it in Civil War. Empire Strikes Back, 1980.
Yes.
This was phenomenal of a sequel. This was like the first kind of Dark Knight we got, where the heroes are not in good terms.
It changes the status quo of the whole universe.
Yes.
And it wasn't kind of this happy-go-lucky ending where you see your protagonist triumph over evil. This was very, very different.
Oh, yeah.
And it has some of the most quotable lines in movie history and one of the biggest reveals in movie history. Yeah.
Ever.
And people that have never seen Star Wars will quote Vader.
Right.
Will know that Vader is Luke Skywalker's father.
Yeah.
Small side go read Bloodlines. I'm about 3/4 done it.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Awesome. All right, man. I'm sold.
And it's like I said before, if you didn't like the political stuff, it's going to be tough to get into.
Yeah.
But just plow through it.
Yeah.
Just get through it. It is excellent.
Nice.
And what they get into and what they start to reveal and how it builds into The Force Awakens, essential reading material for that timeline, for that era.
All right.
Get into it. And audiobook's only like 13 hours long. I know it sounds long, but if you can get through like half an hour a day or something, 20 minutes a day, that's only a couple days.
That's not too bad.
A couple months. But
I'm gonna crunch that for sure.
But I want to throw that out there while we're talking Star Wars here a bit, because again, it's really built on some cool stuff.
Perfect.
But Empire Strikes Back, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
And no doubt that's going to be on our list here as best sequels. And like we were talking about at the start, it really changes it. It's George Lucas writing this. So when I was reading that book, How Star Wars Conquered the Universe, it goes through in detail. Again, this movie wasn't like George Lucas had this all planned out.
Right.
He had bits and pieces of this, and a lot of this didn't evolve until right there. Different director.
Yeah.
And we have Lawrence Kasdan was involved in this, who is also involved in The Force Awakens and the original Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
And so you got a lot of good writers there. And Hoth, incredible. I'm staring at right now 2 Hoth figures.
Oh my goodness.
So I another little side tangent here. I was wandering around EB Games after Troy recommended to, maybe check that out. I'm not a gamer or anything like that. And he said they're starting to drop Black Series stuff in there. That's where he got my Rey Starkiller base from. I walk in, I'm staring straight at Han Solo and Tauntaun, Black Series, the big box, as well as Luke Skywalker and the Wampa.
Yeah.
$25 Canadian a piece.
Goodness. Spectacular sets,
and these things are like I'm paying more for that for the Black Series to Toys R Us right now. $27.
Oh yeah, for the single little figure.
Yeah, these are enormous pieces. And they build out the collection nicely. I went on Big Bad Toy Store right after.
Yeah.
$44.99 for the Wampa and Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And the $39 some odd for the Han Solo.
Yeah.
And so if you guys are near at EB Games, they're stocking these now.
Pick them up.
Get them now.
For sure.
The price is incredible. I could not believe it.
It's awesome.
I went in, I was like, I'm trying to kind of rein in a bit the spending, got a few expenses coming up. And I was like, I walked in, I was like, I have to buy these.
Oh yeah. The scale's great. Like you could probably fit Luke Skywalker in the Tauntaun for sure. But the size. Not actually.
I was looking for, I don't know if there's a belly that opens, it doesn't look like it.
No.
That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
But it's nice that they're not repacks of characters. This is the Han Hoth, Hoth Han, and Hoth Luke.
Yes.
And so they're not characters that you find in the Black Series waves or anything like that.
Package, no, they're all original.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Empire Strikes Back. I'm sure you've all seen it, and one day we'll talk about this in detail. I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of the pinnacles of the 1980s, and it's my favorite Star Wars film. It's always going to be my favorite Star Wars film.
That's always the bar, right?
Yeah.
Right there that you have to compare everything else to.
Yeah, and this is too when you get a lot of the evolution of Vader, and you're getting a lot more than you got even in the original in A New Hope, right?
This is Vader in his prime almost, right? Well, maybe not his prime, but I guess in the movie format. Yeah.
And this is the one they've tweaked the least in terms of the special editions and all that. And there's only a few things they've added, kind of the new Emperor scene and all that.
I think Sky City was it?
Cloud City. They've tweaked stuff in there, but that's kind of almost unnoticeable. They just kind of made it look better.
Yeah,
They just kind of cleaned up the clouds and had a sunset and stuff like that, and added some the Cloud City cars and all that, or whatever they are, spaceships.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's fantastic. You get Lando Calrissian in there, and the cliffhanger ending.
You get Luke in the cool Bassman outfit too.
Yeah,
right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then this is a movie that a lot of sequels tried to mimic in the sense of the ending of it.
Yes.
And I think you're going to see a lot of movies continue to try to do that, leave it on a very darker. Again, going back to the idea that the villains prevail.
Right.
And you leave your heroes in a very precarious spot.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I think this is the first time we see Palpatine. Well, Darth Sidious too, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah, the Emperor.
Yeah, and that's because they've changed it now. The image they get is now what's his name? The guy that played Palpatine. Yeah. But it used to be like this guy's face with like chimp eyes or something. It was really weird.
Yeah.
So go back and watch the original VHS tapes.
Right.
I think even maybe the DVDs.
They might have.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really weird the first time because they didn't really know what they wanted to do with them at the time. But yeah, going back, that's a movie that if I have to just if someone's like, I want to watch a Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah,
that goes on.
Definitely.
Yeah. So let's skip quickly back to the MCU.
Oh yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Yes, definitely. That's on my list for sure.
Yeah.
Love this 2014 Captain America Winter Soldier, the sequel to the first Avenger.
Yeah, and the first Avenger, which some of our friends
Delayed Offside
don't really like. Go check out Delayed Offside podcast. Drop episodes every so often about NHL news and such.
Good stuff.
No, Baron's a good guy. Yeah, go check him out. But he is not a fan of Captain America #1, the first Avenger.
No, it's not feeling the vibe.
But everyone's a fan of Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And this changed Cap. This brought him and put him on the pedestal right next to Iron Man.
Yeah. Oh, I think it maybe even went past a little bit there, right?
Well, now I think so, right?
Yeah.
With Civil War and that. And this really allowed us to have a Civil War movie.
Right.
The success of Winter Soldier here. And the storyline and what they did. And again, it comes back to this idea, this concept of melding genres. It doesn't have to be this strictly like the world is ending. We need all our superheroes to go into space and fight Galactus or whatever.
Yeah.
This is so grounded and something different in that universe. Again, focusing around a villain. And something that Marvel hasn't captured really well is their villains. Yeah. And when they do have good villains, the movies are superb. Absolutely. I love all the movies, but you look at Winter Soldier, Avengers.
Yes.
And you have these excellent villains. And where you have, maybe looking at Thor, the Dark Elves and that, you have a sequel there that has a weaker villain.
Yeah, Malekith.
Yeah. And it doesn't come off as well. Even Iron Man 2, right?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Could have had potentially the best Iron Man villain.
And
they blew it there.
Yeah, so this is one of the Marvel sequels that is better, I think, than its predecessor.
Oh, yeah.
I really, really like First Avenger. When you look at Iron Man 2, Thor the Dark World, Age of Ultron, they all don't live up to their predecessors, with the exception of Winter Soldier here.
Yeah, it's great. The score, the hand-to-hand combat in this movie is the best I've seen. I love the fight between Sebastian Stan and Chris Evans. Obviously, there's stunt devils in the works of this too, but it's just fantastic. The action, like I said, the storytelling, it's just great. The costume, I really like the costumes in this movie. Yeah. The espionage sequences that go on with Cap and Anthony Mackie. He was a standout. When they told me that Falcon's going to be in the next Marvel movie, I was like, who cares? Yeah. And right off the bat, when these two are jogging, on the left, I love these guys' chemistry. Even till this day, just the best.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, a couple more here before we get into some of the ones that maybe aren't as much favorite as others. I have one here that maybe a lot of people won't agree with.
Oh, yeah?
Lost World Jurassic Park.
Ooh, that's bold.
I'm not going to say it's better
Yeah.
than its predecessor. Yeah. Not by a long shot.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies.
Sweet.
I feel like I have 1,000 favorite movies. But it stands... Nothing will ever compare to that. Not Jurassic World, nothing.
Yeah.
But I want to give a little props to The Lost World.
Cool.
I don't think... Like I said, I'm going to repeat this again because I don't want people to misinterpret what I'm saying. I don't think it's better than Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But I think it does something different enough that as a kid...
Right.
I really enjoyed it.
Sweet.
And that's some of the innocence that I miss sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like, you become I don't know what it is. You lose that innocence and I want to sit down and enjoy a movie. And this is something that I did when I was a kid.
Nice.
I love the concept of two T-Rexes.
Oh, yeah.
I love seeing Stegosaurus. They came at us with different dinosaurs, which I really loved, right? Yeah. And, they brought Ian Malcolm back. And this concept of at the start of the movie when they're on the game trail and they're chasing all the dinosaurs. When I can't remember how old I was. I was 97, so I was like 12 or something. And I loved that. I thought it was so cool.
For sure.
That they had all these different dinosaurs. And that was something that I think that they did capture with this concept of we're going to put different dinosaurs in here and we're going to put a whole bunch of them.
For sure. They went bigger.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I did really like that about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still have a bit of a tie.
That's cool. Soft spot for it.
One of the first movies I saw twice in theaters.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know.
Did John Williams come back to do the score for this one too? Because, the score in the first one is just...
incredible.
Right.
Yeah, I believe he did. He scores most of Spielberg's stuff.
Yeah.
And there's hints of the old score in there.
Right.
So I'm assuming he came back and did it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to throw that one out there.
Yeah, nice.
See,
nice.
There's some other ones. There's some classic Wrath of Khan, Batman Returns.
Oh, with Michelle Pfeiffer, the best Catwoman till this day. Godfather 2. I can't even go any further if I don't mention that. Godfather 2, what they did in this movie, they give you best of both worlds, the prequel and the sequel, right? Yeah. Loved this movie. Yeah,
it's good stuff. And Spider-Man 2, Aliens, that's one for Izzy out there.
For sure.
Yeah, Toy Story 2 is even fantastic.
Toy Story 2 is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to Incredible 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better.
So there's lots out there.
Yeah.
There's lots of good sequels. And I think, like we've said it a couple of times here, it's building on what you have, but doing something again different.
Exactly.
The changes. And these movies that we're going to move into now, some of the maybe not so favored movies, are ones that really struggled to do something different. Like
kind of lost their way.
Exactly. Like I said, comedies really, fail at this, where they just throw the same jokes out there.
Yeah.
But one of the movies that really captured imagination in 1999, took a lot of thunder away from The Phantom Menace, was The Matrix.
Yeah, Reloaded?
Well, that was the original
one.
Yeah.
Right.
And its follow-up, which one was it? Revolutions or Reloaded?
I think it was Reloaded.
Reloaded.
Yeah.
It just fell flat.
Yeah.
It did not come out with again, it didn't build on the universe. Or maybe it went too big.
I think it went
too
big.
Abstract.
Yeah. Too Matrixy.
Yeah.
If that's even a word.
Too much of the Matrix. Matrices?
Yeah. Too many blue pills.
Yeah. It just got too out there, and you're kind of like, this world was, they built something that was a bit complex, but it was also easier to understand.
Yeah.
And then just went boom.
Right.
And too much. And then you got the Oracle, and then you got these. Was that the one with the weird
twins?
Albino twin dudes?
Yeah, it was. I think they just rode their own wave a little too much. There's so much hype. They released the Animatrix and the video games, and I'm sure there were figures. And I think there was this Matrix wave where everybody was riding, and it just went huge to the point where wait, maybe we didn't want this much Matrix. Yeah.
They'd done different things in the first one with kind of that whole Matrix motion.
Yeah,
and all
bullet
that.
style fighting or whatever they called it back then.
So many movies picked up on that.
Yeah.
Right, and ran with it.
Yeah.
And again, they're trying to do something different with this Reloaded.
Yeah.
But, the whole computer program thing and the virus, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the CG does not hold up in some of those.
No.
It's difficult. Particularly some of the human to human fighting scenes.
Yeah, Agent Smith.
Yeah, I think that might be more in Revolutions, but...
Yeah, see, so Revolutions went really far-fetched. It was pound for pound close to some Dragon Ball Z fighting where I was like, this is going on in this movie? Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'm one of the biggest Spidey fanboys of all time, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 dropped the ball. Yep. This was Batman and Robin, Batman Forever worthy. This was horrific. I had such high hopes for this movie. The trailer sold me. I drank the Kool-Aid. I was totally down for this movie. As soon as the Rhino showed up, which was pretty much the beginning of the movie, I was about to walk out.
Yeah.
This was horrific. Dane DeHaan, they had a great cast. Dane DeHaan, Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, right? Jamie Foxx, kind of hit or miss, and
he was too much.
He was horrible. So again, he was like the Jim Carrey kind of role, right? And it was bad. Too much they threw in there. They didn't learn the lessons from Spider-Man 3. And this universe they built up in Amazing Spider-Man 1, which I really liked, they just fell flat in this one. So it was a horrible movie.
But
yeah,
the light at the other side of the tunnel on this one was that it was so shitty that they folded the franchise and gave it to Marvel to manage.
Exactly.
So we're now getting a proper Spider-Man universe integrated into the MCU because this movie sucked. So
thank you, Mark Webb. Thank you, Avi Arad, because you're a horrible producer. And sorry, Andrew Garfield, because I thought you were the best Spider-Man, but I'm glad, like you said, we got the reboot. This is awesome.
Yeah. What about Transformers Revenge of the Fallen? I believe it was called.
Right, so that was like the direct part 2, that one? 2009?
I think so. I can't remember. Because I really enjoyed the first one.
The first one was cool.
Yeah, I liked Shia LaBeouf before he went all bonkers.
Yeah.
And the first one was something different. It was Transformers. It was kind of, again, disaster porn, Michael Bay, all this kind of crap that evolved into what has been known as kind of the whole Michael Bay package.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the first one.
For sure.
The second one went just sideways. Just
with the hip-hop robots and all that.
So racist.
Oh, my God.
Racist.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It wasn't very good.
It was so blatant, though. It was like, why didn't someone be like, we can't do that? Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
Like, there's not an executive or so. Like, Michael Bay, I know he's got, like, the U.S. military backs him, but, like, I can't believe that someone wasn't like,
Yeah.
maybe we should tone this down a little bit.
Right.
And I still even find like the stereotypes that are in those robots are just like the last one was there's like an Asian robot and it was just like, come on.
It was bad. And what really sucked is like I'm a pretty big Optimus guy. I love Optimus, and in this movie I think they kill him off. I think they do kill him off, but he wasn't really like the Optimus that's meant to be like the man that's like fighting. Yeah. He was a kind of a pushover.
And then they had like the Constructicons or whatever in the pyramids. Was that one or?
Oh no, maybe that was the third one.
No, I think that was Revenge of the Fallen. Because the third one was like where they went to Chicago and like they and they were killing and evaporating people.
Right, Megan Fox wasn't in there.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is the one she was in. Yeah, so that was kind of, and they had the balls hanging off like this, like testicles and.
What? Yeah, that was weird. I can't look at my action figures the same anymore. My Transformers.
Yeah, that was a massive misstep, and the franchise has never really recovered since that. I don't think.
It hasn't, but I mean, box office wise, this thing still makes billions, which is scary.
Yeah, so it goes to show you that if you have a built-in audience, that you don't need to have a quality sequel to make money. But at the same time, you want to present at least something that isn't blatantly racist or stereotypical or whatever you want to call it,
or disrespectful towards women too. The way they portray the girls in that.
Yeah, but that's even in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. You still get Megan Fox.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, I don't know why she doesn't say, and that's another Michael Bay movie. I don't know why she doesn't say like, hey, like I'm an actress here. Like I don't have to be just tits and ass.
Right, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that one. This one here was horrific. 2005. All right, The Son of Mask.
Oh yeah,
horrible. Jamie Kennedy. He's a pretty funny guy. Not so much in this movie.
And the Mask was great.
I love the original Mask with Jim Carrey. I even like the comic books, the cartoons. I think there was. Yeah. But The Son of Mask was horrible. It went so far away from what they established in the first one.
I think it's one of like the lowest rated Rotten Tomato movies of all time.
I think so. Yeah, I really think it is
horrendous. It's a shame too, because if Jim Carrey had to come back to do a sequel or whatever, it would have probably been really good
for sure.
And I love that whole thing, because it's kind of based around a comic book, right?
Yeah.
And what they did there was it was kind of dark, but it was funny,
right?
Because I think the comic book is quite dark as well.
It is. Yeah.
I've never read it.
Yeah, I've never really read. I mean, I've picked up a couple things, but I never actually read it. But I really love what they did with the first one. I think it's hilarious, and the effects were great back then. Holy smokes! And this one was just baby Mask.
Yeah. How about Star Trek Into Darkness?
Ooh, yeah, that one.
Second entry into the reboot franchise.
Yeah, it was a letdown. I mean, I didn't hate it as much as others, but it was a huge drop. I thought the first one was incredible, and this was kind of like not as bad as Amazing Spider-Man 2, but again, as a letdown from what they established in the first one.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah,
especially because J.J. Abrams was directing this, and I think that they tried to be so secretive about it. Yeah, and just say, "Oh, he's not Khan. He's not Khan. Yeah. He is Khan," and it kind of was weird that they had Khan that was a completely different actor, because Wrath of Khan is one of the most celebrated sequels in the Star Trek universe, if not in kind of the whole sequel territory.
Definitely.
And this was just almost remaking that. And they had established something very different in the first one.
Yeah.
And again, they went back and kind of carbon copied something, and people were kind of like, yeah, we've kind of already seen this.
Exactly.
To a degree. Yes, we have new characters and different characters, and we're still kind of part of the same timeline and all that. But why are we doing this? And I think if they had maybe played a bit more on the Klingons or something, but they haven't really hinged much of the movies on for whatever reason.
I don't understand that, because the Klingons are a huge, huge thing to go with.
Yeah, and I don't know Star Trek that well, but I do know that the Klingons have always been a big part of that universe, particularly the Next Generation stuff, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And so why they haven't gone down that path and done something a bit more of a galactic battle, they've been talking about it, and that's was what a lot of the second one was focused around on, was kind of seeding this big war that everyone knows is coming. Yeah. Let's just get to the war.
Right.
And just go from there. I don't know. That's something different, something we haven't seen in that universe yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a failure for sure, but visually it was a great looking movie, right? Going to this one. This one's a little different. This is something that my fiance and I have seen. So we saw the first one in the theaters. I'm sure maybe Sydney's probably seen this too. Sex and the City Part 2. Yeah, you heard it here. Sex and the City Part 2. Horrible, horrendous movie. Part one was.
I loved it. We're talking about it.
You were talking about it, right? Part one was pretty cool. Part one was it was different. I mean, I don't watch this show. I'm more of an Entourage guy myself. But anyways, I saw part 2, and it was basically a 2.5-hour runway commercial. Basically, just fashion, just clothes and horrible settings. They go to Dubai. They do some pretty ignorant stuff over there. I just thought it was a terrible, terrible movie. I won't go much into it, but stay far, far away from this one. Not like I don't think anyone's going to actually even watch this show anyways.
I kind of want to put on a challenge to our listeners. If we can get some sort of weird, if we can get up to I don't know, 300 or so followers on Twitter on a Nerd Room account, or I don't know, maybe we should do some dumb commentary, just get pissed drunk while doing it.
Right? This would be the movie to do it to.
Okay, if you can get us to 300 followers, or let's say 300 followers or 50 plus likes on Facebook from this goes up, we'll do a drunken commentary over Sex and the City.
Absolutely,
Part 2.
all three of us.
Maybe we'll lose readers or listeners of this. I don't know. I think it could be kind of funny.
Maybe they'll create the dislike button for that.
If that actually happens, I don't think it. The last one I got on here as far as disappointing sequels. This is gonna ruffle some feathers. Batman vs Superman.
Oh, I was thinking about going there, but I was like, I'll leave it alone. I'm done with this movie, but leave it to Tim to go back and revisit this one already.
We're going to go revisit 3 hours of it later on in the year, so might as well bring it up now. Yeah. So it's a direct sequel to Man of Steel.
He went back here.
And go check out my review.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie fails in a lot of ways, doesn't it?
Does not. I like Man of Steel.
Love Man of Steel. Like I said before, that might be on my top 5 superhero movies. Yeah. Love Man of Steel. Yeah.
That's all we're going to get. I want to just throw it in and just roll a grenade into it,
For me, I got Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay, yes.
So video game movies have been known to be horrendous, right? I don't think there's been one good. Maybe Tomb Raider did okay.
Yeah, maybe the first one.
Warcraft is doing great over in the Chinese market.
Yeah, they love it over there.
They love
Hate
it
here.
Yeah. But yeah, Mortal Kombat. Okay, Mortal Kombat 1 wasn't even the greatest, but I thought it was pretty cool for the times. It captured.
Which one had Goro in it?
Number 1.
Number 1 did, okay.
Pretty cool, right? Yeah. And the way that movie ends, it's like, oh shit, we're going right back into the tournament. Number 2 starts in 1997 and is horrible. This movie didn't even look finished. Like, there's scenes, if you go back on YouTube and watch some scenes, Raiden is like fading into the background and not on purpose.
Those, yeah. We're out of money. Stop.
Horrible movie. That's where I'm going to draw it at right there. Mortal Kombat 2. Stay away from this one as well. It's better than Sex and the City 2, but it's not by a long shot.
I'm looking forward to talking Sex and the City.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of wraps up our best and maybe, we won't say worst, but most disappointing sequels.
Yes, that's fair.
And at least some room for maybe talking about threequels, so the third movie in a franchise at some point in time. There's been lots of good ones.
Yeah.
A lot more not so good ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Particularly in the comic book world.
Yeah.
So,
we'll have to do this again. Maybe we'll touch on reboots.
Reboots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be
Best
cool.
reboots. Worst reboots. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
So look forward to talking a little more comics and all that down
Definitely.
the line. And you guys can always get us that hashtag Enter the Nerd Room. We are now on Facebook, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes. We're everywhere. So next week we're going to come back at you with a review of Independence Day Resurgence.
Yes.
So really looking forward to that one. The following week we're doing some DC Comics.
Oh yeah, Rebirth.
And then I think we got like Ghostbusters and a few other things coming on up until Suicide Squad in August there.
Can't
some
wait.
San Diego Comic-Con news coming down the pipe here in a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
In July. So lots to talk about here on the Nerd Room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure something new is going to happen with Star Wars by the time we get out of here.
Definitely. We didn't talk about Star Wars this week. What can we do? Yeah, we did. Talk about
Yeah,
Empire
figures
Strikes Back.
covered. Yeah.
All right, man. It's been a pleasure talking comics and movies. For the Nerd Room, I'm Tim.
I'm Troy.
And thank you for entering the Nerd Room. Batman vs. Superman. Terrible sequel.
Stay tuned for the Ultimate Edition.
All right, guys. We are out. Don't forget to subscribe and rate and review us on iTunes. You can find our hosts Tim, Sunday, and Troy on Twitter at TheNerdRM, 1912 Podcasting, and Troy, The Boy, 87.